heading up onto the tops, the higher parts around the Chevin again today. We've had a lovely misty morning, but I was a bit late setting off, so I'm just hoping that the mist is still about. It's going lower down in the valley, so as I say, I'm just going further up, and hopefully I'll come into some mist. Well, it's looking like I am coming into the mist now, so that's good, and hopefully I can get some atmospheric photographs. I'm using the Mamiya 6 again, easy and light to carry, and I've loaded it with a Ilford HP5, and I'm rating it, the film, at 800 ISO, and I'm going to develop it again in diaphine. Coming into the mist now. I'm so pleased it hasn't cleared from up here. A little bit further to go and I've reached the top. Right, I'm here now. Get parked up if I can find a car park. Right, it's coming up now. I think I've just seen the first shot. It's over the road. We'll have a look at that. I've just seen this, these lamp posts, no, power line posts and all the cables. I just thought it might make an interesting shot in the mist. I've taken a light reading with my Seaconic L398A, and it's taking instant light readings, and the exposure is 250 at just under f11. So I'll get the camera set up and take a picture of this. Right, that's the first shot. See if we can find something else. Right, I like the shape of this this tree here, and keep in mind I'm in square format. So I'll just get a little bit lower down, take a light reading, I'll take a picture of this, see how that turns out. Right, that's that one. Walk on. I took this picture the other day when we had a lot of snow. It's one of the, I think, of a landing light for Leeds and Bradford Airport. So I'm going to take a picture of it again, but this time I'm going to try and think out of the box a little bit and try and photograph it with this bush in the foreground. So I'll get the camera out and see how I can get a composition through the Mamiya 6 viewfinder. I think it might work, so we'll try that. Try 125 f11. So set the camera up. So I've got that shot. I'll see if I can show you through the viewfinder. I might not be able to, but I'll try. A few remnants of the big snowfall we had at the weekend. You see how quickly it's gone. But there is more forecast for next week, so I bet we'll get in the snow. I like the pattern of that tree branch coming out against this lovely plain sky. So I think I'm going to take a picture of that. Just keep in mind I'm viewing it in square format, so I'll get the camera out, get the light meter out first, and take a light reading. This is a great little light meter, the L398A. Just takes instant light readings, but it's dead easy to use. So I'm going to measure the light falling on the subject, and then all I do is set. It's telling me I'm on number 10, so I set that to that red arrow there, if you can see that. 10 to the red arrow, and then just work off the scale there, so it's 250 at 5.6. So that's what I'm going to set the camera to. So that's the fourth exposure. It's a lovely little camera, is this. It's so easy to carry, it's so easy to use. The viewfinder is beautiful in it. If you can get one of these that work correctly, you're in for a treat. You really are. Right, we'll move on. You know, sometimes you've really got to push yourself to come out in these conditions. You know, forget about the sun. These are the conditions that create the atmospheric pictures. Even just looking down here through the GoPro, you can see how the mist is softening that the background in this view. You will end up with quite flat negatives, but you know, the way I work, it's what I love about the scanning workflow. I can increase that contrast a little bit. I don't want to lose the actual feel or the mood of the picture by too much contrast, but I do have control of that, so I'm not too worried. But as I say, these are the days to really go out to get those shots that are different. Now, I took this picture, I think I took it with a Besser. I might have taken it with Mamiya 6 as well. But I think what I'll do is I'll take this picture again, but I'll use the Mamiya 6. But you know, it's different conditions and it just gives a different feel to the picture. It'd be nice to compare them. So I'm going to take a picture of this, take a light reading. Before I take the picture, I just thought I would show you, give you a proper look at this light meter. It only takes instant light readings, but it's a beautiful little meter. You don't put batteries in this, it powers itself, and you press that button to take a light reading. Now you can see that it's hardly getting a light reading there. So what you do is you take out that mask, and then it's reading the light. With the mask, with this out, it reads better in low light, but in bright sunlight you need this this to slip in the back like that on the meter. Slips in the back. As you see here, I'm going to struggle with the light reading, so what I'll do is I'll take this out and use it that way to take the light reading. So for this, well, you've got to be careful you don't lose this either. That slips in the back there, so you don't lose it. Right, for this picture, I'm going to take a light reading in the darker area. So if I press the one thing you have to be careful with these, you set the ISO with this dial here. You can move that dial, you can see it just in the centre there. So always check that before you take a light reading, that you're on the correct setting. I'm on 800 ISO. So I'll just place it in the shadow area like that, and it's giving me a reading between 80 and 160. You can see where the red needle is, and all I've got to do, without the disking, I use this black arrow here. I'm trying to do this one-handed with this black arrow, and I just set it between 80 and 160, exactly where the needle is, and then I can read off a scale at the bottom. So I want to be 125 between 5.6 and 4 f4. Just see that at the bottom, give you time to read it. So they're a great little light meter if you don't want to take spot readings. You know, they're a lot smaller to carry about than the Seikonik I have. So I'll get the camera set up and take a picture of this. That's looking quite nice down there, very moody. I've just taken another more careful reading from the actual tree, and it's 125 f5.6. So I'll get the camera set up and get this picture now. As I've said in previous videos, the Mamiya, I can't set 125, so I'll just have to do it at 100 shutter speed, 1/100th of a second, but it won't make any difference to the shot really, for using black and white film. Right, got that shot. And we'll have a look down here now at these trees. The actual GoPro gives you a good view actually, sort of a good preview of what it's going to look like. So for this shot, I've taken an instant light reading and it's telling me 125 between f5.6 and 8. Now I can only set the Mamiya 6 to 100th of a second, but as I said previously, that won't make a difference. So you can see how I've taken the light reading there. See the big needle at the dial at the top there is between 160 and 320. I set it to this dial here and then read off the scale at the bottom, and you can see 125 between f8 and 5.6. So I'll take the photograph now. Right, that's that photograph. I'll just move a bit further down. It's a little bit flat as I like, but we'll see. I want to see what it might look like looking this way up into the light a bit more, so I'll go a bit further down into the wood and see if it looks any different. The trouble with doing videos for YouTube is you constantly feel under pressure because, you know, without the pictures I don't really have a video. So, you know, I don't know if they're working, if I've got things right. Sometimes think I might go back to digital because it's, at least I know I'm going to be correct. No, I'm only kidding, I wouldn't do that. I absolutely love film. But anyway, I'll just keep walking on, and it seems to be getting duller but not mistier. But something always turns up, so I'll move on. So I quite like this wall, this dry stone wall leading out to that tree in the distance. It's in the mist, so I'm going to take a picture of this. I'll take a instant light reading. One, 2, 5 between f8 and f11. Right, that's that one. Carry on, and soon goes down to 12 frames. like this shot with the boardwalk leading to these trees in the mist. What I might do here is use a quite wide aperture and just throw that background slightly out of focus. Just add a little bit of depth to the image. I've taken the light reading, and the exposure is 250 between f5.6 and f4. So that's the settings I'm going to use. Set the picture now. So that's that one. There's another photo I might take here. We've got these, I think the reeds, and again this lovely mist in the background. So I'll take a light reading and see what we can get here. So it's just taking the light reading. It's 60 f8. So on this camera it'll be 50th. I'll show you what I'm looking at here. I just love the way the wall sweeps away in the curve. So I'm definitely going to take a picture of this. You know, it peters out into the mist. So I'll get the camera set up and take a light reading. So it's 60th of a second between f8 and f11. Right, getting really dull now. I'm glad I rated it at 800. But you see, if I'd have come out today with say 100 ISO film or FP4 at 125, I would have been working wide open all the time. I probably would have needed a tripod, so I'm glad that I came out with HP5 at that speed rating. Quite like this with the tree there, if I can show it, and then the building that's to do with the airport, and this this wall leading in, taking you into the picture. It's not exactly a beautiful building, but it's part of our life around here, the airport. So I'm going to take a picture of this one. Take a light reading. 160, 1320. That's give me 125 at f8. F8. Right, get the picture taken. I want to separate the building from the wall. Don't want it to blend with the wall. I'm going to focus about a third of a way or a quarter of a way into the picture. It might go slightly out of focus, but it'll give a nice effect. Right, that's that. Right, I've got one more photograph left. So let's see if we can make it a good one. Now, anybody want to have a training course in dry stone walling? It's something that years ago up here in the Dales there must have been dozens and dozens of dry stone wallers building these thousands of miles of walls. I'm not sure, but from memory I think there's, in the Yorkshire Dales in the National Park, there's over 8,000 miles of it. It's just unbelievable, really. So there's the email address. They won't be doing them while this COVID pandemic's going on, but get in touch if you fancy a go at dry stone walling. You know, I often get asked how I go about composing my pictures. It's not an easy thing to explain really, but there are three other things before you start talking about composition you've got to be aware of. When you're walking about with your camera, you need to be looking in black and white, especially in black and white photography, is for shape, texture and light. And once you've found those three things, then you can start composing the picture. That's how I try to work anyway. And also, I'm a big believer in using a fixed focal length lens on the camera, and on the Mamiya 6 it's a 75mm, which is pretty standard. And that, rather than, you know, standing static at a subject and zooming in and out, it makes you walk about, it makes you look for composition, getting closer, lower down, moving into the subject, moving away. So, you know, that plays a big part in it. So if you have got a camera with a fixed focal length lens, just go out and try that. Leave your zoom at home and you'll be surprised, you know, how your composition will improve. Right, I've got one shot left now. Move on and get home and develop these negatives. So I was just talking about composition and what I look for within the picture. Now this is a perfect example. We've got the light, the plain sky. We've got shape with the post, this hanging post, I think it's for a sign, and then we've got the gate and the wall leading away. So we've got the shape as well, and we've got the texture in the wall. So this is what I look for when I'm you know, going to make a picture, and then I just try and compose it as best as I can. And I've composed this with the post in the middle of those conifers in the background. So I'll get the camera out and take a picture of this, and we'll see how it turns out. So exposure is 125 at f8. So that's the final picture. Walk back to the car now and look forward to seeing the negative and see if everything's turned out all right. Right, I finally made it back to the car. I think I've timed it just right because the light's starting to go very quickly now. You know, there are a couple of main reasons why I go out and do these videos. The first thing is it gives me a reason to go out. It gives me an end product. and that end product is the video. And the other reason is I hope that through people watching my videos, it actually inspires them to give film a go, try it out and see how you go on with it. It's a great medium to use. It can produce beautiful results. You know, ditch your digital camera. It doesn't mean to say you can't use it. Just give film a try and see how you go on. Anyway, that's the end of the video. If you like the content, please give me a like. Better still, subscribe to my channel. And as I keep saying, with this COVID pandemic, stay safe, and I'll see you all in the next video.